Have you ever noticed how some really common phrases can be kind of tricky?
Yeah,
Like
definitely.
you think you totally get them,
Right.
and then suddenly you realize there's like this whole other meaning.
Oh, yeah. Totally happens to me all the time.
Well, today we're going deep on one of those sneaky phrases,
Oh, cool.
take 4.
Okay.
And we're using a really interesting episode from Listen Up, Phrasal Verb Power, as our guide.
Mm-hmm.
It's called Unpacking Take 4.
Okay.
So apparently there are 5 different ways to use take 4.
5.
5.
Okay.
I'm ready to unpack them all.
Yeah, let's unpack.
Okay, so first up,
Okay.
meaning number 1 is all about mistaking someone or something for something else.
Oh, okay.
I actually did this once at a conference.
Really?
I walked right up to this woman
Uh-huh.
thinking she was someone I went to college with.
Oh, no.
We even started talking before we both realized we were total strangers.
That's so worse.
So awkward.
But I bet it was kind of funny, too.
It was. We both laughed about it.
Good.
It reminded me of the example from the podcast episode.
Oh, yeah.
I took him for his twin brother. They look so alike.
Oh, that makes sense.
It's a simple mix-up.
Right.
No big deal.
I think that's a really good point.
Yeah.
Like with this meaning of take 4, there's no blame.
Exactly.
It's just a mistake.
Purely accidental,
Often visual, too.
right? You see someone and think,
Yep.
oh, I know that person,
Yeah.
but you don't.
Happens all the time.
Okay, so meaning number 2.
All right, hit me with it.
This one gets a little more interesting.
Okay.
It's about making assumptions.
Ooh.
And often there's kind of a negative vibe to it.
I see.
Like, she took me for a beginner, but I've been doing this for years.
Yeah, I've definitely felt that one.
There's definitely some tension there.
Right, like someone's underestimating you.
Totally.
I wonder why we do that.
Make assumptions.
Yeah, like what's the psychology behind it?
That's a great question.
Is it like a defense mechanism? Or are we just trying to simplify things?
You know, it could be a lot of different things.
True.
Our past experiences,
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
societal biases,
Mm-hmm.
maybe even just laziness.
Laziness.
Yeah, it's easier to just slot someone into a category.
Right, rather than taking the time to actually get to know them.
Exactly.
Our brains are like little shortcut machines sometimes.
It's trying to save energy,
And making assumptions along the way.
which leads us to meaning number 3.
Okay, what's number 3?
Accepting something as true when it's actually not.
Oh, so like believing something that's wrong?
Exactly.
This one seems close to making assumptions.
Right. They do feel connected.
But I guess there's a difference.
Definitely.
I'm curious what it is, though.
The podcast gave the example. He took her for an expert, but she was still learning.
Yeah.
What do you think is the key difference?
Well, with an assumption, I think you can still have some doubt. Like you might suspect something's not quite right. But with this, meaning you're fully accepting it as true.
Even if it's not.
Even if it's totally wrong.
So it's about the strength of the belief,
Yeah, I think so.
even if it's based on bad information.
Exactly.
Okay, moving on to meaning number 4.
Right.
This one's a bit more personal.
Oh,
It's about how we treat each other,
okay.
and it's not always positive.
I see.
The example they gave was, don't take me for granted. I put a lot of effort into this.
Wow, that's powerful.
It really is.
You can feel the emotion in that sentence.
Absolutely. It's about feeling valued.
Yeah, like your efforts are being recognized
Right.
and appreciated.
Exactly.
When someone takes us for granted, it's like they don't see all that.
They don't see our contributions,
Our
hard work.
presence even.
It can be really hurtful.
Yeah, it can damage relationships.
Big time.
It makes me think of that saying.
Let's say.
You don't know what you've got till it's gone.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes it takes losing something to realize its value and to realize you were taking it for granted.
Exactly.
That's deep.
Okay. Ready for the final meaning.
Yeah, bring it on.
Meaning number 5 is misjudging someone's capability,
Okay.
like underestimating them.
Interesting.
The example was, they took her for a week, but she proved them wrong.
Ooh, I like that one.
It's almost empowering.
It is.
Like she defied their expectations.
Right. She refused to be defined by their limited view of her.
It makes me wonder
What?
if being underestimated can be a good thing.
Really?
Yeah, like maybe it gives you an advantage.
How so?
Well, people might underestimate you,
Yeah.
lower their guard,
Oh.
and then you surprise them with your strength or your talent,
Oh, I see what you mean.
like a secret weapon.
I like it.
So there we have it.
Wow.
5 distinct meanings of take 4.
5. We did it.
From mistaken identity
We're underestimation.
to assumptions
To taking someone for granted.
and everything in between.
That little phrase really packs a punch.
It does.
It can be positive.
Or negative.
It can describe a harmless mistake.
Or a hurtful assumption.
Or even an act of defiance.
It's pretty amazing.
It is.
It's like a tiny window into human nature.
Yeah, I see that.
We make mistakes.
We have biases.
We underestimate people.
And sometimes we take each other for granted.
But we also have the capacity for kindness
Resilience.
and incredible strength. So the next time you hear someone say, take a moment to think about which meaning they're using.
Good advice.
And maybe even ask yourself,
Okay.
what other common phrases might have these hidden depths
Ooh, that's a good question.
waiting to be explored?
I like that.
Thanks for joining me on this deep dive.
Anytime, it was fun.
Until next time, keep listening up.
And keep unpacking those phrases.